All right, so OpenDoor is publicly trading. So in
I love that.
stonks,
I love that pick.
Oh yeah, that's a great pick. There you go. Look at his eyes, like cutting to the top right there.
Yeah, he's so snarky.
So they're expected to make a public debut December 21 after a shareholder vote and official merger with a special purpose acquisition company, Social Capital Hedosophia Holdings Corporation the second. I'm not even joking. It's SCHHC number 2. The company will trade on the NASDAQ, which is a multitude of listing requirements. So this is OpenDoor's opening to the stock market. And that pretty much, I mean, that story's on Inman. You can kind of get the most of the story. Basically, they last time they filed, you remember this? They filed and they like showed tons of losses or whatever.
Yeah.
They posted like 1.9 billion in revenue or something like that.
But 300 million in losses on the iBuyer program, something like that, right?
Yeah, it was, and we were wondering like, how do they get a valuation of what they have with loss? Yeah, the company posted a net loss of 118 million in the first 6 months of 2020. You know, Zach's a smart guy. Maybe he knows this. How do you value a company where they're valuing this company? The company posted a net loss of 118 million in the first 6 months of 2020, compared to a net loss of only 157 million in the first 6 months of 2019. So for the entire year of 2019, they sold nearly 19,000 homes. They generated 4.7 billion in revenue and still posted a net loss.
So the way they do all that stuff is it's more arbitrary than the HPSI. And so they take a cash flow number, they use a multiplier on that, then they take liabilities and they take and then ultimately, as we found out with WeWork and Adam Newman, it really doesn't matter about your valuation. Your valuation is a number that you think you can sell to bankers, so they'll fund your stock or whatever, they'll open your stock at a certain price point. But really and truly, at that point when they go public, valuations are so farcical that it's impossible. I mean, you have to be one of those what am I trying to say?
Nerds.
No, I'm not trying to say that. One of those corrupt Wall Street people that are trying to take folks' money to be in that business, because it makes no sense in the way that, I mean, I've bought and sold a business, right? So I know how to do a valuation of a traditional business. But when you get to that IPO level, it's like I said, it's more arbitrary than Fannie Mae's number.
Well, I think the big ruse or the big rub is getting people to buy in. Okay, cool. It's valued at 1.8 million or billion. All right, I'm in. Like that's the thing to me is all these new tech startups that are like, well, we don't actually have a product. We have a great idea, but we're worth $2 billion. All right,
we have a run rate of $250,000 a month, which means, for those of you that don't know what that means, we're literally burning $250,000 a month and heating our hands with it, like we're just at the fire. Just
Melissa Morris said, "Really, how do you get a valuation when you're bleeding money?" Yeah, I mean,
you just make it up.
Basically,
it's all future valuation. It's all what your widget, whatever your widget is. If it's OpenDoor, then their service or their technology or whatever it is will be valued at X, Y, and Z based on they've done this in the past year, and at that amount they only lost X amount of money. So if we exponentially increase that, then we would say with our numbers we won't lose money at X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, what you lose on margin, you make up for in volume.
It doesn't work that way. I ran a discount brokerage. Let me tell you, it doesn't work that way.
So what's interesting to me is I think nowadays the acquisitions are directly tied to the propensity or the chance that they would be acquired by a larger company and bought out.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the payday for most of the venture capitalists. So you build these companies up that look really good to someone like Google or Zillow or some of these other major companies, and then they get bought up by those companies, and bam, there's the cash out.
Yeah, pour one out for our dead homie Adam Newman, because coronavirus killed him.
Yeah.
Well, he was already nutty before this all happened.
No question. He was nuttier than a squirrel turd, but coronavirus killed him.
Yeah.
Did you get that Alabama expression there, Dan, by the way?
I love it. I'm a big fan.
Melissa Morris said, so I value myself at 100 million. Where's my buddy?
Here we go. Here we say nuttier than a homeless guy on Venice Beach.
Oh my God.